Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Friday Orbit. It is May 22nd. Pleasure to come to you live today. This is the baseball video for the Friday Orbit. If you're looking for our conference finals edition, please check out our other video. This is the first baseball video since Wednesday, so we're going to recap Wednesday's picks and go into three major Betr picks for today. First off, we got Shohei Ohtani. We picked him to go over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBI. He's having a much better week at the plate than his previous few weeks, and he's getting it done. Trey Savage continuing his absolutely historic start to his career, and an absolutely amazing story of going from single A to the Game 7 of the World Series and just picking up where he left off, even though Toronto's not doing very well this year. And O'Neal Cruz did draw a walk, but he went 0 for 4, no hits in that one. As we recap the games right here, the standings are through yesterday's games. These are Wednesday's games that we betted on, so we just want to bring them through. But Shohei Ohtani was also the pitcher. He is absolutely on a torrid streak on the mound. It just has to go without saying that Shohei Ohtani is, as much as he wasn't getting it done at the plate, he was absolutely dominating on the hill. And now he's getting it done on the plate and dominating on the hill. If this keeps up, if he has a really good June and July, he's off to a 4th straight MVP. This is going to be absolutely incredible to watch. The Dodgers, with this effective series in San Diego, have taken a 1.5 game lead in the division, 7-3 in their last 10. You can see the Diamondbacks also playing very well, 7-3 in their last 10, well above 500, as they continue their series against the Rockies, and more on that in a bit. And let's get on to Trey Savage. Trey Savage off to an absolutely historic start in his career. Here's the mobile versions. Had to make some last-minute changes. But what an absolute monster season he has had so far. 6 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs. And Toronto takes the lead in the 7th. They don't relinquish it, even though they almost did in the 9th. So Savage, a big win at Yankee Stadium. Sometimes you just think, oh, this is going to be the time when he cracks. And he just doesn't. He is just staying firm, staying strong. And you look at the standings, the Rays are 8-2 in their last 10, just continuing to put some ground on their rivals, including the New York Yankees, losing quite a bit of ground. The Rays taking no prisoners in this month. Red Sox are getting a little bit better. Baltimore is scuffling, but it will be an exciting AL East this year. And off to O'Neal Cruz and a tremendously exciting NL Central matchup. Pittsburgh won it 7-0, gaining some ground on the Cardinals. Everyone's still over 500 in the second half of May. I mean, I can't remember the last time I saw this. All 5 teams in a Major League Baseball division over 500. Yes, O'Neal Cruz wasn't great in that game, 0 for 4. He was one of only 2 members on the Pirates. Actually, he was the only starter who did not get a hit in that game. But still, he has been a key player for the Pittsburgh Pirates. But you look at the division, and Milwaukee is now gaining their ground, overtaking the Cubs. The Cubs were playing really good at the beginning of May, but they're gone 2-8 in their last 10. You can see the other 3 teams, Cardinals, Pirates, Reds, 4 or 5 wins in their last 10 games. This could very well be Milwaukee's division for the taking. They're battle-tested. They've done it the last 2 years with Pat Murphy on the hump. They just keep getting it done. They trade key players. They still take the lead in their divisions. You gotta love it. Before we get on to today's picks, remember we are on X and Threads. You can see more posts, especially our written analyses of these picks. That is at Rocket Launch SP on X and Rocket Launch Sports Picks on Threads. Those text analyses, you can see an example with some of the basketball picks. They show you the matchups, we show you the key reasons, and we show you just the overview of why we pick it as such. That link is in the description. Today's MLB picks on Betr. You get 3 of these picks right, you can earn 7.5 times your parlay. Here we go. We got Juan Soto going over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBI combined. We got Colson Montgomery over getting a run batted in today. He will break that down for you. Chicago White Sox are playing some really good baseball. And last but not least, for the Arizona Diamondbacks, also playing some great baseball, Mike Soroka is on the hill. We're expecting him to get 6 or more strikeouts. Now keep in mind, Betr does have a flex option. You can take you can take 3.5 times the amount for getting 2 of the 3 picks right. But then, if you get one of the picks, then it just stays at it. But anyways, let's get to the action. Juan Soto, the biggest contract by total value in Major League Baseball history, playing for the Mets, trying to get them back in the standings. Juan Soto is bound to go over 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs like he has in 7 of his last 10 games. Now, that's more of a recent trend because before these last 10 games, he had only done it in 2 of the previous 10 or 9 of the last 20. So that's something we got to look out for. He did have a slump. He has been hitting well this week, but we'll have to make sure that he hits well. But against Miami, we'll go into that. He's bound to do it. Head-to-head against the Marlins, he has done it in 6 of the last 13, dating back to last season. Just so y'all know, 13 division games is the amount of division games on a full season's Major League schedule now. It used to be 19. They changed that in the new collective bargaining agreement. So it's fair to say that this is the last season of games against the Marlins. With that being said, the Marlins starting pitcher is a right-handed pitcher. Juan Soto is hitting significantly better against right-handed pitching. You can see he's hitting .292 so far on the season. This is actually bound to be another .300 season for Juan Soto overall, but he's especially doing against right-handed pitching. Most of his at-bats are coming against right-handed pitching. He has performed significantly better in that regard. Against the Miami Marlins, he is hitting .301, a fair share of home runs, just about an RBI a game, or actually just about 6 RBIs in every 10 games against the Marlins, give or take. And that is in 102 games. So remember, he played with the Washington Nationals for very many years. So obviously, he has a lot of experience in the Marlins park. Let's go to Colson Montgomery. He's an exciting young player, a former first-round pick in 2021. He is bound to get an RBI today. He has done that in 4 of his last 10. 5 of the previous 10 or 9 of the last 20. We don't have any head-to-head charts because he's a young player. San Fran's in the National League, and this is his first time ever facing the San Francisco Giants as they go to San Francisco today. San Francisco's left-handed pitchers having an okay season, but you got to keep in mind as well that against left-handed batters, he has struggled. He's actually done pretty well against righties, so you can see that a .225 average overall against all hitters, but .276 against left-handed hitters. So 33 of the 76 batters that he has faced have been lefties. And you can see that a lot of runs that he's given up in relative to his full season ERA has been against left-handed hitters. Their starter is struggling against left-handed hitters, and Colson Montgomery is bound to take advantage of that. We also look at some of his splits this season. Colson is hitting slightly better on the road than at home. Now, that's in terms of batting average, but you can also see 1 more home run, a few more RBIs. But at the same time, in night games, he has also been significantly better as well. You can see more home runs, more RBI. If you're looking down the column from the top column to the bottom column of both of those charts, you can see Colson Montgomery playing better on the road, playing better in night games than in all other kinds of games. So he's on the road in San Francisco. They are going to play at 7:15 local time. That will be 9:15 Central. Colson Montgomery is bound to help the White Sox get some wins here in San Francisco. Last but not least, we got Mike Soroka. Mike Soroka has been a tremendous player for the Arizona Diamondbacks. He has been one of these, I like to say a dark horse starter, but basically I describe it as someone that you wouldn't expect to be like a major factor in the season, but he has found a way to be a factor in helping the Diamondbacks win some games. He is bound to go over 6 strikeouts. He's done that in 5 of his last 10. That dates back to the last season when he was getting back. And then that also, we got 10 of the last 20 games. Against the Colorado Rockies, we did have 1 game. The Diamondbacks did have 1 game against the Colorado Rockies this season to this point, and he's done it in that game and also in 2025 as well. Mike Soroka is one of the league's better strikeout pitchers overall. When you look at strikeouts per 9, strikeouts percentage, he is striking them out very well, pitching very significant innings for the Arizona Diamondbacks. It is fair to say that as well as Mike Soroka has prevented some runs from scoring and had some great outings, he has been an even better strikeout pitcher. And we can look on the right-hand side of that right-hand graph. He had a very solid first outing of the season against the Rockies. He only gave up 2 runs in 5 2/3, and he struck out 8 batters. So again, you can look at the chart on the last page. You can see 8 batters right there. I know they express it here in strikeouts per 9, but we are expecting that Mike Soroka at home is going to pick up where he left off in the last outing in Denver. So here we are, Mike Soroka bound to go over 6 strikeouts in this game. Before we get off, keep in mind we are on Winible. You can still sign up with the code TAKEOFF for 20 free days of paid picks. Every pick will be on Winible, including picks we may not talk about in this video, but you can still get analyses and all the kinds of graphs that we show in here on those picks. Again, use the code TAKEOFF for 20 free days. That link is in the description. And before we get off, we are affiliated with Betr. Again, we did our picks on Betr here. That's what we've been doing and what we will be doing until we get a few more affiliates. New users can get up to $200 in sweat-free tokens. That code is ROCKETUPSB, so go ahead, download that app. Use the code ROCKETUPSB. That link is in the description. That is a wrap for today. Tomorrow we will bring to you more Major League Baseball alongside some basketball. Looking forward to it. Hope you all have an amazing Friday. Get out there. Go launch with purpose.